By Azura, by Azura, by Azura! It's the Grand Champion! I can't believe it's you standing here next. Ha!
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch! I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
So language and words evolve over time. We've had such beauties for the progressive left, the cultural Marxists, the SJWs, the cucks, the snowflakes, the soy boys, fuck, is there any others? The rapists. Yeah, it's gone from soy boy and it's now gone to NPC, and this is just a lovely insult because it just goes straight over their heads, and it goes right over this Kotaku journalist's head, Cecilia de Nastasio, saying how the NPC meme tries to dehumanize SJWs. Just going on about the meme, saying that it's the sentiments that take root in anti-progressive parts of the internet, and it borrows some familiar gaming terminology. Apparently it started off at 4chan, and it's got like the Wojak. I've not heard of the name Wojak of like that's the name of the meme, but I've seen the meme used. It's like where the crudely drawn guy with like the wrinkles on his face sort of is crudely drawn on like Microsoft Paint or something. But the theory is that we're living in a superficial artificial reality, and that people are going about their day-to-day lives that are not red-pilled, so to speak. That they're NPCs and they haven't woken up. They're sheep. They're sheeple. And then you've got the people that are red-pilled, so to speak, that have agency. And it goes right over this journalist's head that the NPC meme is another ad hominem. It's another label for SJWs that they just literally parrot, and it is very similar. The is very similar to the terminology of what an NPC is, that they spout the same lines over and over again. SJWs do that with, "Oh, you're a racist, Nazi, homophobic, transphobic, bigot, Nazi, alt-right," and she even brings up alt-right in this article, and it's so honestly that word and meaning is lost all meaning. The alt-right, right? But yeah, the SJWs repeat the same buzzwords over and over again: homophobic, transphobic, sexist, misogynist, rather than have player agency, rather than argue against and debate whatever the topic, rather than they just throw a label at you, right? And NPCs are programmed in that they've got a script that they stick to. They repeat the same lines and over and over again. "I used to be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow to the knee. Have you heard about whatever you do, don't take the stick to the roads." Silly lines like that. And she tries to it's just a few edgelords who the NPC takes memes into a political zone where mass outcry against serial harassers, racial injustice, or Trumpian ideas is dismissed as not only just inherently uncritical, but prima facie evidence of a lack of human consciousness. Trump is Hitler. She even posts... Where is it here? Presumably from some poster on 4chan or something, says, "NPCs," the poster continued, "say the same shit including Sports Ball, the new Adele song XDOMG, and Just Be Yourself. The poster all cites a political example, Trump is Hitler." adding, "If you get in a discussion with them, it's always the same buzzwords and hackneyed arguments. They're the kind of people who make a show of discomfort when you break the status quo, like by breaking the normie barrier to invoke a real discussion. It's like in a video game when you accidentally talk to somebody twice and they give you the exact same lines of word for word once more." They do. Essentially, some large portion of society, normies, pop culture and fanatics, and Trump haters among others, who speak in cliches, are in fact NPCs with no internality, agency or capacity for critical thought. Cecilia? Really? Like, there's nuance to everything. You just label people as alt-right, misogynists, sexists, racists, which is what you do here to Ian Miles Chong, right? Who's actually quite a liberal guy. He actually used to be an SJW. Like, when Gamergate sort of first was around, he was a journalist and he was a right-out SJW. And then he had, I think it was like a friend or something that snapped him out of it and went, "Do you know, like, what the fuck you sound like?" And he apologised to Gamergate. "Look, I slandered the movement and the people, the gamers and people within the movement as just being racist." Like, he was an NPC, so to speak. You know, but, you know, it's just spewing out the same bullcrap that these SJWs do. And, you know, he apologised and he changed his way. And he's become very pro-Gamergate. He's very much for ethics in journalism as a whole, not just game journalism. It's journalism as a whole. I hear this from Cecilia, the Kotaku journalist. She goes, "The 2-year-old 4chan post, despite its laughable premise," it's going... "I used to be a journalist like you until I took a Gamergate to the face." I don't know. Me and Miles Chong, right? So he goes, "Filled a meme last month that had some scary implications. How to tell when someone is an NPC," wrote anti-SJW alt-right journalist Ian Miles Chong on Twitter last month. "Logics and fact in an argument do nothing to change their mind and only cause them to just repeat themselves ad infinitum, like a limited dialogue script that loops on itself in a video game." She's calling, and again, alt-right has just completely lost all meaning. It's a white ethno-state nationalist group, but it's like she's calling what would you call it, Asian or Oriental, Asian. It's calling an Asian journalist who used to be progressive or still is, liberal. He's left leaning, or centre left. Or I can't speak for him, but she's calling him alt right, and it just she's proving his point that logics and fact in an argument do nothing, and they repeat themselves ad infinitum. "Oh, you're Hitler. You're just literally Hitler. You're Nazis. You're alt right." Chong has referred to several people as NPCs, an individual who insisted that the OK hand symbol, which has been misconstrued as a white supremacy symbol, is a racist and using it is fireable, someone who might read bell hooks in college to impress a girl in gender studies elective class, people who misuse the word trauma to refer to any mildly uncomfortable experience, and ironically a former New York fact checker who claimed on Twitter that the vast majority of men simply do not consider women to be full human beings. I'm sorry, she was just trolling. And of course calling Mark Kern, well, she doesn't outright call him an alt-right here. "In corners of the internet, NPC is beginning to replace the..." Exactly, it's just a replacement for SJW. Like, Google and YouTube's algorithms are, like, demonetize if you use that word SJW. Boom, Flatmeister demonetized. Yeah, but I think your videos get less exposure. I think it's within their algorithm. That's one of the many words that, even it's just 3 letters. They're literally just 3 letters, and saying them straight one after the other would make the Google and YouTube algorithm go, "No, we're not going to push your video." So then we came up with Soy Boy, and then I don't know if they've made Soy Boy. Again, 2 words separately, but how could they make the algorithm go, oh no? But again, NPC, it's just another like mocking insult to you SJWs. You are NPCs. You're people who just repeat the same shit. So anyway, Mark Kern here points out the what makes an SJW an NPC, or what makes these leftists an NPC, right? So Mark Kern, who's an ex-World of Warcraft developer, follow him at Grums. NPCs have the following qualities: incapable of independent thought, wants everything done for them, in bracket quests, constantly needing coddling, escort quests. He published his checklist after another developer accused him of being a right-wing hack. The tweet evidently was meant to compare so-called SJWs with these NPCs. And again, Mark Kern just proved that guy right. Just was, rather than this other developer argue against or be open to a dialogue with Mark Kern, it just labels it, oh, you're a right-wing hack. It's now a common refrain on Reddit. The left is just a lunacy and the left can't meme. By the way, the left is just a meme of lunacy come to life. They're just NPCs in the game of life. Or in reference to economic experts wildly condemning tariffs, here we are with one of the best economies in US history. Only brainwashed NPCs believe what experts say when those claims are contradicted by reality. What makes this marginal stale meme built on edgelord logic worth half a thought is what the idea of an NPC speaks to. NPCs have no agencies. NPCs don't think for themselves. We'll just replace NPC with SJW, right? They don't think for themselves. NPCs don't perceive, process or understand. NPCs arrive at the same worldview not because it's authentic to their experiences, but automatically. As a descriptor, it suggests that those to whom it applies aren't even human, but are rather functionally robots or clusters of computer code. That this has resonated even as widely as it has is funny, but also a little scary. Well, argue against it then. We're open to dialogue. You just need to stop accusing people of being racist, or Nazis, or sexist, misogynists. Yeah, press A to talk to the NPC game journalist.
That's because she's an idiot.
He goes, at best dismissing large swathes of people you disagree with this way betrays a lack of empathy for people whose experiences differ from yours, and an unwillingness to consider that if a vast number of people happen to agree over something, it may be good to examine why, at best, it is a great utility for spreading bogus conspiracy theories. I mean, 4chan is pretty great for coming up with like memes and experiments to literally just show how over the top and reactive and toxic the left or these NPCs are. I mean, like with the "it's okay to be white" leaflets that were put on buildings and stuff like that. And like when it's said about the NPCs don't perceive, process or understand, they automatically they're like robots, that they don't even think for themselves, right? I mean, take for instance like the Kavanaugh case, for instance. You've got all those people protesting even though he's been found, well, the FBI didn't find anything. They found no evidence, right? And there's loads of stuff examining that case. I'm not going to get in depth with that. But you had loads of like leftist protesters like, oh, you voted a rapist on the Supreme Court. I'm like, well, like I said, FBI, no evidence. Lack of evidence on the accusing side. Lack of corroborating evidence. Not listen and believe, it's trust but verify, but again, I'm not going to get into that. And it just further proves they're just a bunch of drones, just a bunch of mindless NPCs. But yeah, it's just quite funny how this journalist, it just went straight over the journalist's head. Like people in the comments saying, did you realise like you're a big publication and you're writing an article about a relatively small unheard of movement, and people might not know about this. By you talking about it, you're going to spread it. But the left make themselves look stupid, and it's alienating more and more left-leaning people from that party. You know, I'm quite a left of centre guy, or centre left, whatever you want to call it. But at least I'm not reactionary. I analyse, I research, of course I get a bit reactionary, but I at least keep a level head about things. I love it now that the new NPC is the new soy boy, the new SJW. But I want to hear what you guys think of this new meme, this new word for them. Write your comments down below. Don't forget to do all that follow, like, share, subscribe, bell ticking BS, all the hoops that YouTube makes you jump through to get my content. And also don't forget about the Flat Pack show every Wednesdays 11 PM GMT. I did a poll. If you vote now which topic you'd like for us to discuss first, with me, Switchpoint, Nerdwaffle, and Crumple Point. And yeah, we'll catch you on Wednesday, and hopefully I'll have some more videos for you. So yep, I've been Flatwise, so I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.
That's because she's an idiot.